Hello, my beautiful singles collective. I'm here to do a sneak peek for the weekend, my friends, here to give you some energy for the weekend. Thank you so much for taking a look at some of the shorts that I put out yesterday. I am here to do a reading, and I will do this reading. I try and get it out on a Friday for you, so you have that energy for the weekend. It is a sneak peek for the weekend, but it could be for any weekend. If you don't get it this weekend, it could be for next weekend or a year from now. Whenever you find this, it will be for the weekend. So we're going to go from Aries to Pisces. I'm going to read all of the signs, a couple minutes on each, and then I'm going to mark everything down in the description so you can figure out what's going on by just scrolling this video and finding what you need. But please, please, please stop watching tarot for just your sun sign. If that's what you're doing, you don't have the information that you need, please find yourself a free natal chart. They're all over the internet, and they are for free. You don't have to be an astrologist to know what your moon, sun, moon, and your rising is. And watch for all of those signs. You'll have a way better idea of what is about to come or what might be happening for you. Keep in mind, these are all general readings, so it might not be your reading this time. And it's okay, right? It's okay. And maybe some pieces of these readings will be for you, and maybe just not the whole thing. All right. So one last item of business, there is a sale on, and it's only on until the 25th. So you need to book by midnight on the 25th, and or sorry, by midnight just before the 25th. So 11:59 on the 24th is the last time you'll be able to get the sale. It is 10% off all of my services over at Wizio. If you're interested in booking, I am running on about a 10-day turnaround time, unless you decide to book for a sooner appointment than that. But please take the code. It is in the description. Please click on the word more, and a panel will open up, and you will find a link to Wizio, and you will find a code that you need for your 10% off. All right. Enough blah blah, Elsie. Let's get the cards down. Let's start with Aries. I'm going to go from Aries to Pisces. So Aries, bring us in. We're almost in spring, Aries, right? Another little bit here. We get through Pisces season, and then we're back with you. Let's find out what's going on this weekend. Sneak peek for Aries. Sneak peek for this weekend for the single Aries. Tell me what's coming up for the single Aries this weekend. We have the Three of Wands. It feels like you're about to go out on an adventure. I feel like you've waited long enough, Aries, I want to say. You've waited long enough. We do have the Three Wands, but look. This one is almost burnt down to nothing here. And once that burns down, you're going to be left with the Two. You'll be left with the Two Wands, which means you're going to have to make some sort of a decision. There is an expansion, a decision to do something passionately, something you've never done before. You might be taking a road you've never been down before, but it feels like there is some sort of expansion coming here, and a decision that you're going to have to make, Aries, that you don't see coming. The moon energy is here, and sometimes it can be a little bit of a block, or I would say muddied waters a little bit. You can't quite clearly see what's going on. You can feel it as this person is under the water, they're under the surface, but they can still feel the moon, right? And I feel like you don't see it, but maybe you do feel it, Aries. Maybe you have some psychic energy, Aries. What else do we have here? I feel like you've been waiting, but what you don't know is that you're not going to have to wait much longer, because the Empress is around. The Empress is in town, my friend. It feels that way, and or it feels as though that you are going to be moving forward, making a decision, possibly approaching the Empress. You're going to be at the crossroads pretty soon, and what you don't see is maybe it's going to be an impulsive decision, right? We are looking at Wands. It might be, I just got to do this. I just got to stop waiting on the Empress, and I got to Two of Wands, I got to stop waiting. Three of Wands, Two of Wands are coming up here, and I got to move forward to the Empress here. What else do we have for Aries singles, please? All right, we've got the Four of Cups. We have the Hermit. One more. And we have the World card. Look, it feels like you've been thinking about this for a while. And it does feel like with the Four of Cups here, I feel like, okay, what I feel like is right now you're kind of in some redundant energy. You're not really interested in giving anybody your energy, not really interested in bringing anyone in. The Four of Cups for me is a necessary place to be at some point, because if we don't know the darkness, we can't know the light. If we don't know the boredom, we can't have the excitement. And so I feel like you are kind of in this redundant energy here where you're thinking about, you're in this waiting energy, right? Of the Three of Wands, waiting for ships to come in. And I think although you're waiting for ships to come in, I don't think you're really accepting any cups right now. I feel like you're kind of in party mode, or you're having fun, or going out with friends, or making sure that you that you go out in a platonic kind of way. I don't think that you're necessarily like searching the market for somebody here, but the World card tells me that you're about to have some sort of a milestone here, that whatever it is that you've gained in wisdom here with the Virgo energy, whatever it is that you've gained in wisdom here, I feel like you're about to have some sort of a full circle moment. That's what it feels like. Something's coming full circle, and it could have something to do with the Empress. You could have been gaining wisdom about the Empress here. The Empress is Taurus and Libra energy, by the way. We do have Scorpio, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. That's all the fixed signs. We have Pisces and Cancer over here. All right. So it feels like you are holding on to this Empress, and I feel like you are about to come out from behind the fear wall. I feel like you know that this end of this cycle is near, and you're going to be able to drop some burdens should you decide to communicate with this Empress here. There we go, dropping the burdens. So I feel like you're holding on to the Empress, but you are about to drop some burdens, because I feel like the Three of Wands is about to turn into the Two of Wands, and I think that you are, my friend, out on some sort of an adventure toward the Empress. Yeah, Nine of Cups. Four of Wands, wow, and the Ace of Cups. Look, I feel like somebody here is going to get the Empress. I feel like somebody is at the crossroads and they've decided that passionately they're going to communicate with the Empress. It's time to drop burdens. And when I say drop burdens, we go from the Nine of Wands in the reverse to the 10. And it feels to me it's like here you're kind of still holding on to a feeling of maybe that the Empress burdened you, or the Empress wasn't clear with you. It feels like you were behind the fear wall, or maybe you were nervous about the Empress, or didn't feel like you two were on the same level. I feel like you're dropping all of that, if that's any of the thoughts that you were having. And I feel like you've been holding on to this Empress anyway. Tell me about the World card. What is this achievement or this milestone here? You are closing the door on something, and I think it's the Four of Cups, to be honest. These are both energies of being by yourself, minding your business, staying in your lane, healing the self, right? Healing the emotions. And I feel like you are about to close the door on that, which means you're about to come out of hermit mode and come out of the Four of Cups here. Yeah, you are ready for love, my friend. I feel like you're ready for maybe not love, right? Well, we do have the Ace of Cups. You've got the Ace of Cups in hands, and you're looking for some sort of a commitment or a stable connection that's very happy, wish fulfillment. And it says here with the Knight of Cups that it might be some sort of romantic thing that's coming full circle here. So I think I want to say that you already know the Empress here. We have the Ace of Wands and the Three of Cups. Yeah, it does feel like you do want some sort of a reunion with this person here. That you want a reunion, or you want to take them out, or you want to extend an invitation of some sort here, Aries. Three of Cups, Ace of Wands tells me that you're excited to do that you really do want to do that, move forward, open a new path of passion here. And it is also to do with romance, I feel. So I feel like you do know the Empress, and things are about to come full circle. You're about to achieve something or have some sort of milestone, which is breaking the silence, I feel. There's no longer going to be silence and redundancy here. It feels like you have decided with this one ace here that you are moving forward here, right? Remember that we did have this one ace here that was burning down to make it the two. I feel like you have this ace here that's telling me it's time for you to move forward, or make a decision to move forward, ask somebody out, or maybe just, maybe you're going to end up at a social place, a social gathering where the Empress is going to be as well. I was just looking here, we've got the the Six of Swords on the bottom of the deck, but I feel like that maybe you were stuck previously, but it feels like you've been working on that or nurturing the self, and realizing that the work that you've put in is really worth it. I feel like you've been working hard to get out of the Six of Swords in the reverse. We do have the Queen of Wands here. You have an incredibly, you have a lot of chemistry with this Empress, I feel, and it's time for you to get back into the game with this person. So I don't know if you are orchestrating this arrival, or if this is something that is your intention, or if you might meet this person and then you don't realize that you will meet this person at some sort of a social gathering. It could be one of the two for you. It could be this weekend. Doesn't have to be this particular weekend. Just trying to get these cards here. Hang on. One more. There we go. All right. All right, Taurus. Hello, my bull gang. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for taking a look over at my shorts. I appreciate you there. Just want to give you as much energy as I can. We are looking at you, single Tauruses. Let's take a look here. Sneak peek for this weekend for you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What's coming up for you this weekend, single Tauruses? We've got, the moment of alchemy here. Wow, look at that. The moment of alchemy and love. Look, it's been rolling towards you. Now, I've been seeing in the comments that a lot of you are telling me that some of this is working out for you, that people are coming forward, whether you want to hear from them or not. People are coming forward, and I feel like the next time that somebody does come forward for you, Taurus, it is going to be with serious intent with the Two of Cups here. It is somebody that is your mirror or somebody that you match really well with, because we can see that we've got a witch and a warlock here, it looks like. We've got two people who are on the same wavelength. They are magic together. That's what all of that energy is between them. You can see that they're making this energy between them, and that's because they are on the same, you know, them coming together, two people coming together, you and somebody else, is a moment of alchemy. That's what it feels like here. We do have the Ten of Cups. Look, something is going down. And I think I said that in the short that I did for you. It feels like something is going down here. We do have the Ten of Cups. I want to say that there is someone you've been estranged from, someone that maybe you have regret that it didn't work out, maybe that you had been quiet with for a while, but it feels like the Ace of Cups is overflowing here. And look, I feel like you two have had a little bit of hardship, because the rainbows don't come out for just any reason, right? The rainbows come out after a hard time. And to let you know that the hard time is over. So I feel like you're about to head toward the 10 Cups, and maybe it is this moment of alchemy here. We got Sagittarius energy. This moment of alchemy is here. We've been going back and forth long enough. It is time for something to happen here. There is a lesson to be learned here. You're right there, Taurus, right? The Hierophant is here. And so I feel like it's a moment of alchemy for you. And this moment of alchemy is probably going to bring in some sort of a love ship here. That's what it feels like with the Two of Cups. We have the Page of Pentacles. So I want to say it is a love opportunity, but it's not just a love opportunity, Taurus. It's an opportunity to be really serious, to go to the next level, for things to move quickly, because being the moment of alchemy, it's like we don't really even need to think about it anymore. The universe is telling us it's time. It's go time. All right. Oh, I think I said that in the short I did for Leo, that it's go time for Leo. So you could be dealing with a Leo, but you could be dealing with another Taurus as well. You could be dealing with Sagittarius, maybe some earth energy or water. So the Page of Pentacles tells me that there is an opportunity here for you, Taurus, and it's to materialize some sort of opportunity. Maybe there's a bit of a gift, a loving gift coming towards you. Look, there you are, the Empress. The Empress just came up as I did the Aries reading. Take it as it resonates for you. Some of you aren't dealing with a fire sign, but if you are, you might want to scroll back and take a look. So look, we've got surprise. So I think that you and this person had a surprise ending. I'm just going to say it feels like it was harsh words. Somebody was being unreasonable. Somebody was not looking at the factual stuff. Somebody was clouded. That whatever was up in their mind was clouded. They were being unreasonable. Somebody was using harsh words or blowing the whole situation out of proportion. I want to say that that person has become far more grounded and centered now with the Nine of Pentacles. They become far more grounded and centered about the love ship here, or about expressing whatever it is that is in the heart space. I want to say that there is a surprise coming after this ending. Now, I want to say that this was a betrayal or something really harsh or hurtful, maybe hurtful words, but maybe it was silence. Like, it doesn't have to even be arguments, right? It could be something that went to complete silence and then we stopped talking to each other. I think you're about to experience some sort of surprise, something that you're not expecting here, Taurus. We do have you here with the Empress energy, Taurus and Libra energy. And so I feel like there's an opportunity coming toward you, my friend, and it's something that's going to teach you some sort of a lesson. Tell me about the Three of Pentacles, please. Why are we looking at the Three of Pentacles for Taurus? We do have the Four of Cups. Interesting. So somebody, I feel, avoided you or is avoiding you or avoiding their feelings about you, because we have somebody here who's hiding their face, and they put you on the shelf there. There you are. They still have you on the shelf. They didn't throw out your Ace of Cups, Taurus. What they did is they took it home, put it on the shelf, and said, I'm going to deal with that later. And they never did. It feels like somebody here feels like they may have missed an opportunity with you, but they're coming in with some sort of a small gesture of some kind. All right. So we do have the Four of Cups, and then we have the Devil. So we have the energy of someone who I think is avoiding their feelings, right? You can see this person is kind of avoiding, right? Not looking at where they should be looking here, not looking at all the information. You can see all the books that are piled here. They're not looking for any information. They're not getting any knowledge. Somebody is in this redundant energy of avoidance. And then we have the devil energy. I feel that this person has realized that by not dealing with the situation, that it's become very toxic, or they have become very toxic, or they turned it into something toxic when in fact it wasn't. But I feel like something is ending here. There is some sort of a new cycle that's coming. Again, I want to say that you're coming full circle. This card also came up in the reading for Aries, but you are coming full circle and walking through the portal as she is here. I feel like you're closing the door on one thing and you're beginning another, whether it's with the same person or not. It feels like we do have, with this energy of the Page of Swords, it feels like you have learned a lesson, or they have. Take it as it resonates here. But it does feel like we're ending the devil energy, and the person that's been watching you, I believe, has enough information that they now want to speak. I feel like somebody here wants to say something to you. You might be getting a message. This is the messenger who's digging up information. So if you feel like you've been watched, if you see some other watching your stories or somewhere online possibly, it could be, it feels like this person wants to stop watching and wants to start talking here. Yep, there it is, the Judgment card. Somebody here is making a really big decision. It's not only going to change their life after being so avoidant for, I feel, maybe 4 months or maybe even a year. This person's been avoiding their feelings for you. I feel like somebody now is making a decision to come back around, to try and resurrect something here. They've been watching you. Tell me about the Empress energy, please. We have the Ace of Wands in the reverse. The thing is this, is what I want to say is this Empress has their back towards all of this bunk that's going on here. I think you're staying in your lane, doing your thing. We've got the Ace of Wands in the reverse. You're like, I don't really care. I don't really care what this person thinks. Look, they may have missed an opportunity with you. You've got your back to them and you're like, you know what, make your decision. I don't really care. I might not even accept your cup when it comes, but I feel like your focus is not on the Ace of Wands. That you really couldn't care less who comes along because you're the Empress, right? You're the Empress and you have everything that you need. Look, the Ten of Swords came back out. It feels like you stopped. This tells me that you've stopped looking for passion. You've stopped looking for the +1. You've stopped worrying about who likes you and who doesn't and who's attracted to you and who's not. I feel like you're just leaving all of that crap behind. We do have the Knight of Cups. And that's the way it works, right? When we stop looking for it, it shows up, plops right in our lap. So I feel like somebody's gotten on their horse here. And the person who had this cup, I feel, is bringing this cup to you, but I don't think you see it. I don't think you do. What happens at the moment of alchemy for Taurus, please? There it is, a reunion. We've got what? Whoa, Taurus, look at that. We've got the reunion with the Three of Cups, or maybe going out somewhere social, also showed up in the Aries reading. Going somewhere social, getting an invitation, maybe going out with somebody here. We also have the Four of Wands, which tells me that this person's coming to you and asking you, can we go out for coffee? Can you come out to dinner? Whatever it is, but they have an intention. The intention is to get you to the next level and to possibly level up with you here with the Four of Wands into some sort of steady, sturdy, solid relationship here, but exciting nonetheless. We do have the Wheel of Fortune, right? So it is in fact divine timing and the moment of alchemy. Everything's coming together and everything that you have been waiting for, I feel, is coming to a crescendo for some of you this weekend. It might be another weekend. Take it as it resonates. Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo energy. We've got Taurus, we've got Libra, and we've got Virgo and Pisces energy. We have, yeah. Oh, Sagittarius, right. So it feels like there is something big going down. Look, when the wheel shows up, you don't have a whole lot of choice in that. Those are major arcanas. They show up in your reading because it's go time. And whether you respond or react is totally up to you. How you do that is up to you. But it is definitely coming at you. If it's not this weekend, maybe it's another. But it does feel like it's very close to you or close for you. All right, Gemini, here we go. My single Geminis. Let's find out what's coming up for this sneak peek for the weekend. Singles edition. Tell me what's coming up for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me what's coming up for Gemini this weekend. Sneak peek for this weekend for Gemini. We do have the King of Pentacles. All right. We have stability, financial stability. Somebody who's ready to settle down here. Gemini, is that you or is that someone else? We do have the Magician who's in the reverse. Ooh, that changes things up just a little bit. Careful, I feel like someone is going to try and manipulate your 3D world. Whether that is money, your house, car, your work, make sure that you're checking all your pay stubs, that they're giving you what is owed to you. If they said you're getting a raise and it's not on your check, make sure that you are checking in with them because they could be manipulating you, getting you to do the work, hoping you're not going to notice that they haven't paid you the extra. Somebody who's in your pentacle world may be trying to manipulate you financially. And then we have the Three Pentacles. Yeah. I'm going to say just be careful. Be careful with any papers that you sign. Be careful of what's going on in your in the world, in your pentacle world, whether that you is work, home, hearth, family, whatever it is, because I feel like you could potentially have some sort of an impact to your financial life here. We do have the Three of Pentacles. Now, it feels like somebody here is coming in to say, boy, do I have a deal for you. Somebody who's going to make it look like they want to collaborate, they want to, cooperate with you, that they want to be on your team, that they really got your back. But be careful and be aware that the Magician is in the reverse, because it tells me that someone is trying to get something from you, and you need to make sure that you are holding on, Four Pentacles, that you are holding on to your finances, holding on and moving slow and making decisions that are responses and not reactions. Be careful for that, because it could end up impacting you financially. So I would say hold back and make sure that you're making slow decisions, or you could end up in a heap of worry here. The Nine of Swords just showed up. I think that you should be suspect of this person. And I'm not saying that everybody that comes toward you is trying to screw you over, but I feel like with the Magician in the reverse here, we shouldn't ignore it, especially with the Nine of Swords here. Somebody's trying to manipulate your thoughts. Somebody's trying to manipulate you in a way that maybe they'll make you feel bad for not doing whatever it is that they want you to do. We do have the Page of Swords here. So do your homework, right? Become the student of the game. Really, if somebody comes up to you and says, hey, if we remortgage your house, you could have all of this money and you could do work on the home, or you could put in a pool, or please make sure that you go over the details of that, okay? The Page of Swords being here. Make sure that you are getting all the information that you need. Become a student of the game. Investigate the company or the person or whatever it is. Don't accept anything that is purely an online transaction. Make sure it's in the 3D face-to-face. Go to their office, have them come to your home or whatever it is to make sure it is all legit, Gemini. We have the Four of Cups, yeah. So I want to say that you have to be really on point this weekend, that somebody's coming at you, and whether it is about finances, home, hearth, but it feels like somebody here is kind of coming to you like almost like a used car salesman. Boy, do I have a deal for you. And it might feel like an opportunity that you don't want to pass up. But please know that, yeah, it could cause a little bit of worry if your eyes are closed. That person's eyes are closed on the Four of Cups. So please don't take any offers without first opening your eyes, seeing all the details, going over everything, and making sure that everything's in place. Tell me why you need to be the student. Page of Swords here. Because somebody is, I feel like, going to try and confuse you mentally. We do have the Nine of Swords and the one in the hand of the Page of Swords. That's 10. You might just kind of scoot out and say, no thanks. Nope. No, I'm not doing that thing. Don't let somebody betray you here. We do have the King of Wands. We do have the Three of Cups. And we have the Tower. Yeah, that's exactly it. So that's the energy that I've been feeling. If you feel inspired to move forward, please do it in an inspired way. Get your information straight from the source. We have the Three of Cups, which tells me it's an exciting time, and this seems like an exciting deal, and it seems on the surface like it's really good, but it could cause a Tower. It could cause an upheaval here, and it could end up with an impact to your finances. We do have the King of Swords. Please make sure you go over the details. Facts over fiction. Make sure you're very clear, honest, concise, that everything everything's transparent, that they're not hiding anything, because it could cause a Tower. This is a realization that you really need to be careful astute. You know, this king is highly intelligent, right? So I want to say that you're sort of on top of your game when this comes in. So I don't think you're really at a risk of being manipulated, but because I feel like you're right on point. I want to say you're looking over all the details, or you have a lawyer look it over. Take it as it resonates. What is this manipulation here that could make you sad or worried here? We do have the Two of Cups in the reverse. Interesting. We do have the Five of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. Look, this could be somebody who wants to move in with you, or, you know, somebody who it feels like somebody here with the Two of Cups reverse, that maybe this is someone you may have had a breaking up with or a falling out with, that this could be an unhealthy relationship, somebody who's trying to manipulate you into letting them move in, or they want to be in your life for some reason. They wanted to or want to pair off to the exclusivity of everything else. So they want you to exclude everybody, and they want you to just pay attention to them. The Five of Pentacles is here, though, again, an indication that your pentacles could be impacted if you don't get the right answer or get talk to someone else, maybe a psychologist, psychiatrist, or a lawyer. The Five of Pentacles is here with the Four of Wands, and it did feel to me like somebody is like, boy, do I have a deal for you, but it could end up not working out in your favor. So just be really careful, I'm going to say. Really careful coming up this weekend, that somebody may come to you and want to buy your house cash, or, you know, something that looks really good, too good to be true. If it's looks too good to be true, it's likely that it is. All right. Here we go. Cancer, this is for you. Sneak peek for the weekend for single Cancers. Tell me what's coming up for Cancer, please. Sneak peek for this week for single Cancers, please. Tell me what's coming up. Well, it's for the weekend, not for this week, but the weekend. But I mean, really, you know, time is fluid. So it could be this weekend. It could be next weekend. It could be a weekend a month from now. But take it as it resonates. So we do have the Knight of Pentacles. Something is moving really slow, Cancer. You've been going over some details, but I do believe that it's because you want victory here. Believe that you've been hurt before. This is victory after the fight. A lot of people cheering you on as you make a comeback. I want to say you're making some sort of a comeback, but the reason that you're making this comeback is because you've been working really hard, putting in some hard work to be steady and sturdy and going over details and not moving too quick, being patient, right? Holding back just a little bit. You don't care how long it takes for you to get to the victory. You just want to make sure that when you get there, that it sticks. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is in the hands of this here Knight of Pentacles, who's moving really slow, not even on a horse, by the way. It's moving really, really slow. We do have two Pentacles here. I feel like with this Ace of Pentacles here, that you will have a victory in some sort of an investment here. It also, you know, I see this kind of as a gift. I want to say that this person, I feel like you are carrying a gift towards someone here. It might be a gift in the Pentacle world, or maybe you want to have victory in investing in someone here, Cancer. Someone or something. It could be a business deal, could be a person, of course. I feel like you want to give someone a lot of your attention, or you really like the attention that someone else gives you here, but you're very cautious of the situation. We do have two fives in the center of the reading, which is really interesting. We have the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. One is indicating that maybe the two of you might have been on different vibrations at one point, and that's why you were parted or not speaking or feeling distant or disconnected. I feel like you're coming back after the disconnection, because I feel it with the Five of Cups that the regret to you is too loud. It's too loud. And it's like you missed out on some sort of an opportunity. We've got someone crying at the bar here, but because they're so invested in being sad, they don't see that there's love coming in the door. Two cups on the tray. So I want to say that maybe you have been pointed in the wrong direction. But the thing is with fives, when 1 5 shows up for me as a reader, it is about lack. But when 2 5 shows up, it tells me that this is about to change like that. That you will come in from out of the cold, and that you will no longer be in regret over something here that I think you are slowly making moves toward, or making a decision about here. Tell me about Cancer. We have the Queen of Cups. So you may be moving slowly towards someone who's Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. Somebody who might be a mother. We do have the Queen of Cups, who is feminine leaning energy, but also has masculine energy. We all do, all people, plants, and animals, right? We do have the Queen of Cups, and this person's compassionate and kind and psychic, and so are you. You're a little bit psychic too. You have a lot of high intuitive energy, so you could be feeling very connected to this person. I want to say that after being on the outside looking in, or feeling like there was no way to repair this, that I feel like you still have a really deep love for this person, that you have deep feelings, at least. Maybe if it's not love, it's definitely feelings. But I feel like somebody here, if you do decide to approach them after being disconnected for a while, maybe it's 1 year, maybe it's 5 years for some of you, that I feel like this person will be very compassionate as you move toward them here. Why do we have the Five of Cups? I feel like you feel they're not going to accept your invitation or your investment. Maybe you want to go into business with them, but it definitely could be other things. Abundance means a lot of things. So you've got spotty to no communication, and I feel that that is what is making you sad in the Five of Cups. I feel like that's what you're focused on. Your regret is you've lost communication with this person, but I feel like you do want to reconnect to them here, because I feel like you cannot let them go. I feel like you can't let the thoughts of them go. You want to speak with them. As we look at this card, we have 3 swords at the top, right? And we do have the challenge is, right, picking that sword up and having the conversation. It's sideways, and whenever something comes out sideways, it's always a challenge here. So it does feel like the challenge is reconnecting with this person, because I think that you know that they are for you. The Lovers is a choice. I feel like you choose this person. I also feel like you choose to be with this person, that there is a deep soul connection here that you're aware of, and that's something that you've come to the knowledge of as you've been by yourself in hermit mode, not speaking, not talking to other people about the situation, but trying to come to the wisdom by yourself. It's like you're trying to shine whatever light you have toward this Lover's energy here to see, is this the real deal? I feel like it is the real deal. That's what it feels like to me. It is the real deal, and you've gone over the details. We've got Virgo energy here, like you're hard on the details here. Why do we have the Five of Pentacles here, please? Why is there disconnect with the Queen of Cups? And if they aren't a water sign, because they don't have to be, they have these characteristics. Someone who's a mother, someone who's compassionate, and kind, and psychic, and lovely, and beautiful. We do have the Hierophant, we have the Fool, and we have the Eight of Wands. So I think that you're headed straight for some sort of new beginning. You want to clear the slate and take a leap of faith with this person, and I feel like you do want to send some sort of a message, or hoping that things are going to pick up or move quicker, because you've learned some sort of lesson. You now are looking at things with a different set of eyes. I feel like you've grown in hermit mode, because we do gain wisdom wisdom and know-how. We start to learn the self a little bit more, and I feel like it takes you to this place where you realize that your calling here in this life is a little bit more than everybody else. It feels like you're being held to a higher standard. Now you realize that about yourself, and I feel like that the Hierophant is probably a really good connector for the Queen of Cups, because they are both very spiritual. They're very psychically connected, right? Listening to the higher self. So I feel like this is something new for you, that you haven't been the Hierophant energy before, but I feel like you're on a path, and you want to know if the Queen of Cups is gonna choose you or is going to follow you. There are going to be some truths coming out here, and they are going to be good truths. I feel like we're going to start talking about everything. I feel like getting out of these fives is really important, but I think it's changing really quickly over this weekend. And we do have the Sun with the Seven of Swords in the reverse. That's never a bad idea. I feel like you're going to be very honest with this person about going to the next level, or how you feel about them. You're going to make things very clear, and I feel like you're about to grow in the right direction. I also feel like you know your worth, and that it's time for you to use all the tools you have as the Magician to bring whatever is above. You want to bring it down here, so below, right? And whatever has been in the 5D, whatever you've been hoping for, whatever you've been thinking about or dreaming about, is about to come to fruition. But I feel like it comes to fruition for you, Cancer, because you choose it. Yeah. All right. Leo, this is you. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for single Leo. What's coming up for single Leo for this weekend? Sneak peek for this weekend for Leo. Tell me about Leo, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Leo. Oh, it's a kind of messy deck. Okay, so you could be thinking about maybe messaging someone. I feel like you're sort of in an excitement. You're excited to message someone. It feels like you want to be flirty and fun, or maybe you might be receiving a message. Tell me more. What's coming up for Leo, please? Oh, look at that. We got the Page of Cups. Interesting. So it feels like if the message is incoming, it surprises you. If you're intending on sending a message, I feel that it's not only fun and flirty, but that it's kind and sweet. It feels like you're sweet on someone, or you're starting to get feelings for this person. It feels like there is either messages coming to you or you are sending messages. And for some of you, you are, because that's fire energy, right? The Page of Wands. And that's at the top of your mind here. Some of you are deciding to send a message. We do have the Eight of Pentacles. And so the Eight of Pentacles is telling me now that you're willing to work on something. We have 5 Pentacles that you can see here, the Golden Pentacles, right? But we don't see that there are plans to build more. So it feels like you've been in the 5 of Pentacles, maybe on the outside looking in of somebody's life here. But it feels like you are planning to work harder to be more present in someone else's life. Or maybe that's what they're going to do with you. But take it as it resonates. We got fire, water, and earth energy here. There we go. We've got the Leap of Faith. We have the Hanged Man. It's taken you a while to get here. I feel that in this moment, as I drop the cards, you're still undecided. How hard am I willing to work? Is this going to be the work that is so hard I'm not going to be able to produce anything from it? Have you worked on yourself enough? It's really important that we decide that we are enough for us before we go and try and bust into someone else's life, because, you know, it's like a lot of people bring people into their life, Leo, so they can heal them. It's like they have a need for them. Come make my life better. Make me a +1. And I feel like you're now at the place in your life where you're like, I'm working on me. Is this something I really want to do? Am I prepared to put in the hard work on something else after I've put in the hard work on me? So we have the Hanged Man energy, which is Piscean energy. We have Aries right here with the Fool. And it tells me that your intention as you send this message is to take a leap of faith. Although you've been hanging here trying to find your answer, and I feel like you've been a bit stuck, it's time for you to kind of put the wide angle lens on the camera and take a big picture of all of the details. Make sure that all the details are showing so you know what sort of decision to make. Look, we've got 3 pages here. This is a learning situation. These could also represent children. For some of you, you could be wondering, you could have 3 kids, and maybe you really got to be careful about where you put your energy. Maybe that's what's holding you back. That you know that it's not only that you're getting involved with, that it's not just you getting involved with someone else. It's like you've got children that you have to account for as well. For others of you, if this is a love reading, it feels like you are willing to learn, be open, go to the next level. I think that you are willing to look at the Hanged Man energy for what it is, knowing that could be a little bit of sacrifice, that it also could be yeah, it's like you need to pull back and look at the whole situation and all the details. Am I ready to offer anything to somebody here after working really hard on myself? Am I ready to really work hard on the situation? I feel like the Page of Swords is telling me to tell you to be a student of the game, to watch and learn before you take a leap. Make sure that you know how you feel before you take a leap. I feel like you're taking a leap into feelings because the Fool is looking into the past. So for some of you, this could be a past person. I feel like the leap of faith that you're taking here is to send a message. That's what it feels like. Tell me about this 8 of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Wands, we have the 2 of Cups, and we have the Moon. So I really do feel that you're arguing with yourself still. You're fighting with yourself. And it feels like you want to know, is there competition? If I go to this person, are they going to turn me down because they're dating someone else? Or am I just in indecision about love? And I think it's this one. I think you're just in indecision about giving your whole self to someone here. We've got the Moon energy. Maybe you have some things that are hiding, some wounds that are hiding in the Moon energy, things you can't see, but things you can feel. You might have Cancer or Pisces energy, possibly feeling a little psychic. But I want to say that what you don't see is that even though you've been dragging your heels, not really sure what to do, I feel like it does turn into some sort of love situation here. Or maybe this is you having a lot of feelings and not really knowing what to do with them. What are you supposed to learn from this situation here? Five of Pentacles, Three of Wands, and Ten of Pentacles. I feel like you could go from the outside looking in to learning a lesson that might help you with the Five Pentacles, feeling in lack, feeling like you're not enough. We do have the Three of Wands. I want to say that those are the ships that are coming in. You've been waiting for communication or waiting to learn a lesson here so you can move forward. I think before you didn't see the lesson because you were in hanged man mode, feeling stuck, not being able to move, feeling like this whole thing would be a sacrifice on your part. Well, somebody else who's getting into a relationship with you is also going to have to make sacrifices, right? I feel like it all leads to the 10 Pentacles. I'm just saying, I feel like it leads to a lot of abundance for you. It leads to an understanding that that you were standing and waiting here, but maybe you're the one that's supposed to pursue. I feel like what the ships that are coming in is the 10 of Pentacles, so I feel like we go from the 5 to the 10. It feels like after you learn the lesson, you come from the outside looking in to being in the abundance. So whether it's a relationship, whether it's your family, that your children, you're worried about if you get into this relationship, you don't know what's going to happen here, that maybe the kids might get involved. Take it as it resonates for you, but it feels like there is something here that you're making a decision about as it pertains to love, and you know that it's going to entangle with the family or the children. And I feel like you're kind of worried or scared to show somebody all of your feelings. I think you're going to have to work on that. All right, Virgo, here we are. Tell me about Virgo, please. Sneak peek for this weekend for the single Virgo. Tell me about Virgo. Tell me about what's coming up for Virgo, please. We have the Page of Swords, Virgo. Some information I feel that you're coming upon. Some information is going to be offered to you about what? About the Seven of Cups. There is opportunity here. I want to say overwhelming opportunity. It feels like you either are going to receive a message or you're going to come to know or make a choice to come to know whatever it is that you want from this Seven of Cups. The Page of Swords is looking over at the Seven of Cups, which tells me that maybe it is an overwhelming and confusing time. You need to make some sort of a decision, but first you need to understand or get more knowledge about all Seven Cups and which one you want to pick. We do have the Hanged Man, so you're kind of stuck here. I want to say you're stuck here holding, I feel like you're trying to get balance, you're holding space, you want to open a new world here, but it feels like you must learn some information here about the Seven Cups. I feel like you're really scrutinizing them or looking over them, trying to learn about them, get the knowledge about them. I feel like you're sort of picking them apart, getting the facts, like that's what it feels like, that you're about to make some sort of really important decision, but you're reserving judgment at this point. It feels like you think it might end up being a sacrifice, or maybe you're feeling a little bit stuck about how to make this decision here. We have Pisces energy here. Your intuition is on high. Yeah, it does feel like you are about to make a decision. We have two swords with the Page of Swords and the Ace of Swords. And this decision, I feel, is going to, it's about some sort of an opportunity that you see in the distance. You might have to make some sacrifices in order to bring this opportunity in, but it does feel solid, I'm just going to say. There is something here that is about to transpire. Maybe someone's going to bring you a gift. Maybe you are the gift. Maybe someone wants to talk to you. The gift is a conversation, possibly. And we do have the King of Cups. It is about emotions, most likely. I want to say that that you are picking someone, right? Because it looks like someone is pointing at a star, so someone is actually picking someone here. And it feels like you want to open new conversation, but you're kind of blocked, kind of stuck. Two Swords is here. You need to make a decision. I think that you will, because the Ace of Swords, you know, stands on its own, right? It's a brand new conversation, getting clarity. I'm going to learn something. It's an aha moment or a moment of triumph as it pertains to feelings. So it feels like, Virgo, that somebody here has big feelings for the other. It could be you, it could be them. Take it as it resonates. You might be dealing with Scorpio. This is Scorpio, but also Cancer and Pisces in this general reading, right? And so I feel like you're dealing in water energy here. You want to talk about feelings, and this might be a gift that, you know, that you are giving someone else, that you want to talk about feelings. Am I going to have to sacrifice? I don't have all the details. I'm trying to see it from your point of view. Can we have a conversation before I make my pick? Tell me about the conversation, please, that Virgo is about to have with somebody. They could be Piscean. They don't have to be, but they could also be Cancer or Scorpio. I think you're being really careful though, because that's Aquarius energy, and Aquarius is always, you know, Aquarius isn't just okay to know that it's going to work out. Aquarius needs to know why it's going to work out, why won't it work out, who's going to be there, what are they going to say, I need the details, I need to, you know what I mean? It's very in-depth sort of energy. We do have the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Chariot, and we have the Eight of Swords. It feels to me like you've been waiting on this conversation, waiting for the right time. You want to have enough growth. You want to wait until the situation nurtures itself. I want to say that it's been going at a snail's pace, but it's about to get quicker. Things with the Chariot here end up moving quickly. You could be distant from this person, or you could be feeling emotionally distant with the King of Cups here. So the Chariot also is, excuse me, Cancer energy. And Cancer energy stays below the surface. Cancer is very sort of suspect, right? You won't suspect them, but I feel like that Cancer energy stays below the surface until they feel really safe enough to bring it to the surface. It's a long, arduous journey with the Cancer to trust you, because they have very big suspicions, right? They're cynics. We have the Eight of Swords here. I want to say that you want to move forward after a long period of time, or after holding back, and you want to ask for some sort of conversation here, but it feels like you've been up in your head. You're not really sure what to say. You want something to open up in the 3D. Tell me what that is. You have an opportunity to open something new, to put the work in on something. Got the Nine of Cups, got the King of Swords, and the Three of Wands. You're about to talk about your feelings. I feel like you want to speak to someone about how you feel in the situation. I also feel like that you think that this person has been a little bit, I feel like you feel that they have been a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of stingy with their energy. Also, not necessarily holding back. What's the word that I'm looking for? The King of Swords and the Nine of Cups. You see them as a bit selfish with their time. You see them as someone who's kind of been selfish with their time, or maybe you have been. But the King of Swords here is somebody who is highly intuitive. They're also very cerebral. They have their eye on all the details. And I feel like that's you. I feel like you have your eye on the details, and you see someone as being kind of selfish with their time, selfish in the 3D. You've been hanging here feeling stuck, trying to see their side of it, trying to use another perspective. Maybe you're going from perception to perspective, right? Perception is something that only you have about you in your situation. But perspective is when you get in the Hanged Man energy. So it's no longer your perception. Now you've got a perspective which is different than your own. So I feel like your perspective is that somebody here has been sort of selfish or holding back from you. But I also feel like wish fulfillment is here. You're looking at it really closely, going over it with a fine-tooth comb. It's coming at you slowly, and I feel like with the Three of Wands here that you're waiting for some sort of ship to come in here. Wow. So we have the Eight of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. It does feel like here that there was a breakdown. Somebody walked away and felt like there was something better somewhere else, but then they came right back because the Two of Cups is here, and the 8 and the 2 is the 10. I think they've realized that they have big love for you, and they're coming back. Somebody who is very emotionally open. They're ready to love. There's somebody who is not going to be throwing tantrums, emotionally aware, emotionally intelligent. This person's very deep, but they're not going to show that to you on the surface. I feel like there's big love that's going to happen here. Yeah, for some of you this weekend. It feels like it could be somebody that you've been watching or has been watching you, but after being stuck for a time and moving really slowly, I feel like your perspective changes. It changes from perception to perspective, and now you have their perspective. The ships that are coming in is the King of Swords. So I feel like you start to understand the situation with great clarity. And you start looking at things factually instead of through the eyes or through the lens of emotion. So I feel like there is some sort of decision that's coming up here with someone you've been distant from, or has been distant from you for a long while. I feel like you're about to have a conversation, and which is going to give you a different perception of this person, whereas before you may have been in perspective or in perception, your own perception, right? All right, Libra, here we go. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about single Libra. Sneak peek for this weekend for single Libra, please. Tell me about single Libra. Tell me about single Libra this weekend, please. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. So, Something has come to a place of divine timing, my friend. Something is about to happen as it should at the time that it should. Divine timing. There is a fated moment, but listen, this is all going to change. There is a bunch of change that is going to happen very soon for you here. We have Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo energy. Could be some of your energies or someone that you know that you've clicked here for. We do have the Hermit. You've been hiding out for a while here. The Wheel of Fortune, I feel, is coming to pull you out of some sort of a hermit mode you've been in. It feels like you've been hiding, trying to find your light, and you've not been speaking to people. This is Virgo energy. You've not been speaking to people. You've gone into hermit mode, as we do, for self-preservation reasons. So you had to heal, had to get a different perspective, had to find an answer, right? We've got light there. You had to find an answer about a certain situation here, Libra. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like you've been in this hermit mode for quite some time, possibly years. Maybe you've just sort of cut yourself off from the outside world. But for those of you who it hasn't been that long, I feel like you've been nurturing the self. You've been learning about you, maybe learning about money. This is all pentacle energy, right? So it's like nurturing. It's like taking the time to throw the seeds. That means finding a path, right? Throwing them in the right direction, finding the seeds, throwing them in the right direction and watching them grow, nurturing them, taking time, not being in a hurry, going over details and making sure that you know the situation before you move forward. Now, with the Wheel of Fortune here, I feel like it's been a long time that since you've been maybe out in public or communicating with people, maybe it's time to become more social again. We do have pentacles growing on the tree. We do have the Eight of Swords here. Yeah, I feel like you were stuck in hermit mode for quite some time. It could be weeks. For some of you, it could be more than that. We do have the Nine of Swords. You know, the thing is that when we go into hermit mode, it's for a reason, right? It's usually because we need to preserve the self, because we have to get some wisdom. We have to figure out who we are without anyone else's contaminants, without anyone telling us who we are, telling us who to be, where to go, where to find that thing, what we should be doing in our lives. Sometimes we just need to shut the world off. And I feel like that's what you did, but I don't think you intended for it to be as long as it was, because I feel like you get stuck there. You put yourself in this mental prison, and that's where you stay. And it becomes worrisome that things have been taking so long. Why have things been taking so long? Well, I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is here to save you here. We have the Three of Wands and the Death card. Ships that are coming in is transformation. You're about to get out of this Swords energy here. Tell me more about Libra. We have the Hierophant. Interesting. So I feel like you do learn a lot of things while you're in the hermit mode. You become the Hierophant here. You could have Taurus energy. You don't have to. You don't have to be a Taurus to be the Hierophant. That is the card that is attached to that energy. But understand that the Hierophant is someone who is spiritually aware. Someone who's on their own path and no one can pull them off that path. I feel like you're solid. You know what you're doing. You've got your path. I feel like you are deciding to... I think that while you were in hermit mode, I want to say that you found your spirituality, that you found out who you were. You figured out whether you were religious or spiritual, or maybe you're a hybrid like me. Maybe you have both. Maybe you've got all of your theological stuff in place. You know about all of those theological things about religion, but you've chosen to take your own path. And it is a path that you don't want to be pulled off of. So it might be the reason why you stayed in hermit mode for so long, that you feel like the people around you are going to try and pull you off the path. But of course, too much of something is not good. It's obsessive, right? Which is why the Eight of Swords is here. So it's time for you to come out of things here, because the Wheel of Fortune is here pushing you forward to more fortunate circumstance. But I want to say you had to get through these swords first in order to have this more fortunate circumstance. Death card came out. There it is. We do have Scorpio energy, which tells me transformation is here. You do end this time of being stuck in your head and in hermit mode. We have the Six of Cups. and the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you've been there for a while. It's time for you to come out of hermit mode, get out of your head, and it's time for you to pull forward and change your life here. The Ace of Pentacles is abundance. Take it as it is, because abundance is a lot of things, right? Abundance is a lot of things. And so it feels like with the Ace of Pentacles that there is some sort of a gift of either a friendship or somebody who you feel very connected to. You might be meeting a new person. Six of Cups tells me that either you have history with this person and you're thinking about nostalgia with this person, or you feel an immediate soulmate connection. And it feels like that this is the gift that's coming after you finally take yourself out of hiding. I think that you've been in hiding for a while. I just saw the Fool card on the bottom of the deck. Tell me about the Hierophant, please. I think that you're worrying that now that you have sort of bossed up in your spiritual energy, that maybe you'll never find someone who is the spiritual giant that you are, the teacher, right? We have the Ten of Swords, we have the Three of Pentacles, and we have the Six of Wands. So that tells me victory after the war, victory after the war, after the fight. We do have the Ten of Swords, and we have the Three of Pentacles. I feel like you're going to stop playing it small. You're going to let everybody see you for who you are, and that might be the Hierophant energy. That you've decided you don't care who can't handle the storm here. Like we've got this crack of lightning going through. I think that could be a raven or a crow. I can't tell the difference myself, but they both are full of wisdom. They're also about family, and they are known to be spiritual, and they are known to be transformative as well when you see that energy. I feel like you are no longer playing it small with the Three of Pentacles. I feel like you're ready to grow from here. You're looking for someone to establish partnership with, possibly. Someone who you are looking to establish some sort of cooperation or collaboration with, and I feel that you will do that. The Six of Wands tells me with the butterfly present that there has been some sort of a transformation, right? That death card up there, and that the Six Wands is about victory after defeat, right? Or feeling like victory after the fight. So I want to say that after all of this worry and being stuck, I feel like it's like you are the butterfly, right? I want to just say here that we have one in the cocoon, right? That maybe you were in the cocoon in hermit mode here, trying to make a decision, but you do come out after the fight here. You do come out as this butterfly here. I feel like you had to go into hermit mode to transform. All right. Good for you. Look, that's a hard job to do. That is not for the weak of heart. Transformation is not for the weak of heart. And I feel like you managed to transform yourself and give yourself a little balance here, Libra. All right, Scorpio, here we go. Let's talk about you. Scorpio, this is your sneak peek for this weekend for single Scorpio. Tell me about single Scorpio, please, for this weekend. Now, whenever you find this reading, it is going to be for the weekend. No matter if it's this weekend, next weekend, or a year from now. It's always going to be predictions here, Scorpio. Tell me about Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the singles, please. We do have the 10 Pentacles. Okay, so something here is really abundant. I feel like you think you have enough, you are enough, you know what you're worth. Tell me more about the 10 of Pentacles, please, for Scorpio. We have the Ace of Cups. Interesting. So you might be someone who's already married or in a long-term relationship, someone who has given your cup to someone already, someone that you wish to grow a family with, and maybe this is something that is at the beginning stages. So the pages are young, right? They don't have a lot of know-how. The pages don't really know how to do things, but are willing to put the energy and willing to put the hard work into this Ace of Pentacles to see if it will grow. I think this is you. It feels like you are in love. You are ready for a long-term relationship here, Scorpio, and maybe you don't know exactly how to get that. For some of you, maybe you're in that already, and it's taken hold and it's starting to grow. But if you're not in that just yet, because this is for the singles, so I'm likely to say that maybe this is what you want, but this is what you've got here. You're standing here with this one pentacle. It looks like this person is magic, right? Maybe they're the magician, or learning that their power is in pentacles here. And so I feel like this is what you're trying to grow, but you haven't grown it yet. It's at the beginning stages. I want to say that if you're willing to put the work in, willing to put the hard work in here, that it will grow. It will grow to the 10 Pentacles. And please know that having the Ace of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles at the same time truly is a gift. You could be holding a gift in the hand here that you don't even realize how beautiful this is about to get, Scorpio. We do have the Two of Swords. We have the World card. I feel like you've been stuck in a situation where maybe you weren't sure if this is what you wanted. That maybe the thing is that with this person, and they have their eyes covered, you don't see this situation for what it is. It's like you can't see the Ace of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles because you're the one who's very focused on looking at the Ace of Pentacles that's in the hand of the page. This is at its very infancy stages. It's like very young yet. The World card tells me that there is some sort of a milestone, right? A milestone or achievement. You're leaving that timeline, going into this timeline. And I think it's this here, that you've decided that you're going to put the hard work on of finding someone who's going to want to stay with you forever. But I think that with the Two of Swords here, that you don't want to get hurt, that you're kind of in two minds. I want to say one sword is up and one sword is down. It's like I don't really know if I should say anything about it, but I do want to have this clarity and honesty, and I do want to have this aha moment or triumphant moment. But first you need to take off the mask, right? This person's wearing a mask. You don't see how beautiful things can be, my friend. You don't see it just yet, but I feel like you are coming out of some sort of a phase or some sort of a chapter where you have now realized that you do have worth, that you do really want this. You want the Ace of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. You just don't know how to get it right now. That's what it feels like here. Then maybe you have a bit of a block as to how am I going to get it? Well, I think you're starting with the right thing. I think you're starting by closing any other doors and really focusing on yourself. So I feel like after a time of focusing on yourself and becoming confident, becoming someone who loves themselves on the outside and the inside, you've built something, you will be building something, take it as it resonates, you will be building something that is of your own, that no one else owns, that you built right from the ground up. I want to say that you're looking pretty good on the outside, feeling good on the inside, feeling stable and confident. We do have the 9 and the Ace here, right here, that make the 10. So I really do feel like this is sort of some love situation that's coming up for you here. And I think that it is at its very beginning stages. I feel like you are the one who needs to put the work in to find whoever it is that you want to share this time with you here. We have the Page of Swords. We have the 3 of Cups. And we have the Ace of Wands. So it does feel like you're kind of excited to get out there and be social. Maybe you're going to start dating again. We do have the Ace of Swords in the hand of the Page. So you've become a student to the game. You're now starting to learn that you must get out there and be social and ask people out and maybe get into social situations with groups of people. Not necessarily one-on-one at first, but in order to get this, I feel like you realize that, you know, you've had a realization here that you do need to get out and be more social. 3 of Cups. And it's an exciting situation. So I feel like you're coming out of a place where you were blocked and you're excited to close that door of being alone by yourself, thinking about it, not really putting any action behind it. And now you're finally putting some action behind it here. Tell me about the 9 of Pentacles, please. Wow, look at that energy. That's beautiful. You spend some time alone by yourself, very much going over the details of your life, of your pentacle world, trying to find your light. I feel like you decided that you needed to do that alone without the rest of the world contaminating your thoughts, your movements. I feel like you decided to just sit down and think about it. And I think that it really is paying off for you, that you've spent time alone. Look, y'all. If you are trying to make a big decision in your life, it's time for you to just shut the world off. Put your phone down, shut off the TV, get out in nature, maybe sit somewhere under a tree. When you go off the grid for a while, you can then think by yourself without the contamination of others. I think that's what happened here. And then when you, I feel like because you've grown alone by the self, it feels like as soon as you come out of this hermit mode here, that the Wheel of Fortune is here waiting for you. It's divine timing. I feel like you were supposed to go into this that it was a fated moment that you were in this energy of the Hermit, whether you stayed there too long or not. And I feel like after going back and forth, or waiting for the moment of alchemy, I do believe that it's here. It's right here, right? We have Temperance here, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. And so it seems like the Wheel of Fortune is the fortunate thing that goes into healing and balance. And this moment of alchemy, and, you know, water and fire. It is Sagittarius energy. That's what it is. Going back and forth, waiting for the moment of alchemy to come out. And I feel like when you do come out, you're ready. You've grown now from the Page of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles. You know that you can do it on your own. You don't need anybody else. But I feel like you're now going to become social. It's kind of exciting for you to now be a student of the game after closing this chapter of being alone, being by yourself. But I feel like with the Seven of Cups here, you're like, there's 2 cups out there, but am I going to get hurt? Will I be in regret? I feel like that's a decision that you're going to have to make. But we all got to take, what do you say? We all have to take chances, right? We all have to take little tiny risks, or we're not going to get anywhere very fast. All right. Sagittarius, this is you. Let's take a look at you, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Well, that didn't work, did it? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Maybe you feel disconnected from somebody, like you couldn't blend your energies or something here. That was kind of a weird sort of shuffle. Let's find out what's going on for you. Sagittarius, your sneak peek for this weekend. Let's find out what's going on, Sagittarius. My fire family, thanks for being here. Tell me about Sagittarius for the sneak peek for this weekend. For the single Sagittarius, we do have the Star, which is Aquarian energy. It is wish fulfillment. It's also hope. It's balance. It's healing. It's like being replenished by the universe. Being satiated by the universe here, because you've decided to be a student of the game. You've decided to look at everything with the eye of a student. You've decided that everybody in your life, Sagittarius, is your teacher, and you're willing to learn from whatever it is the universe gives you or what other people give you. I'm going to say too, with the Page of Swords, it could be that someone has been watching you grow, heal, become hopeful. We do have the pardon me, the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is the one who's liberating themselves. I really do feel that you are stepping up, stepping out. I feel like you're willing to you're willing to take in the information that people give you, but you're being very cynical, and you're going to piece it down. I'm going to say, like, this Ace of Swords that she has in her hand is the ace that gives you clarity. You're telling people, like, she's got her hand open here, right? You're like, come forward, but just know that I'm going to be very honest with you. So I hope you will be very honest with me. I think you're being very honest with yourself, and honest as you move forward into the future. Being very honest with yourself, you're going to be honest with others, and it really doesn't matter to you how that lands with them. And this person is not someone who's aggressive. They're very assertive, which means that they say things that they mean, but they do it in the kindest way, in a way that will teach other people something. This is a teacher, right? Someone who is teaching others also to stand up for themselves, to say something. We do have the Eight of Cups. I feel like you're done settling for things. It's time for you to replenish the self. We do on the 24th, which I think might be tomorrow or the next day. I've lost track of time, as I always do. There is a full moon coming up, a full moon in Virgo. I feel like on this full moon in Virgo, you're ready to cut out some things that you've been stalling up till now. We've got two swords, right? That up till now, you couldn't make any decisions, or you were blocking the decisions, didn't want to, but I feel like you're done sort of settling. I want to say that you have decided that you are grounded and solid enough to move towards the full moon and close some kind of chapter here. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you're on this new path of abundance. You have decided, it's a decision for you, that you are going to be abundant and balanced, and you are going to go wherever the universe takes you, wherever it feels most balanced, most abundant, wherever you can get more solid, sturdy, move slow. I feel like you're moving slow toward a goal here. We have karmic justice. I want to say that you've walked away or excluded anything that is not going to teach you something. So I feel like you have kind of flipped yourself in the fact that you're not not like, maybe you're not spending as much time on trash TV or doom scrolling your phone, or it feels like you are leaving this stuff here in favor of truth. And what you don't see is that once you decide to invest in what, you know, walking, I'd say, walking the talk, I'm going to say whatever you're teaching others that you're really living. And I feel like you've become abundant, or will become abundant with it, because it feels like with this, it's like a golden path that you're taking here with this Ace of Pentacles, and it will change your life. If you allow it to, it will change your life. I want to say once you water the Ace of Pentacles, that things become better, balanced. And I feel like you're doing it intuitively, because this person's eyes are closed. So this person is bringing things to balance even though they can't see it. And so I feel like you now feel in balance rather than trying to force the balance. It feels like you now feel the balance, and you feel productive. You feel abundant. You feel like you can move forward down this golden path. But I think that you need to do it in a way where you kind of invite people in and defend yourself. We've got the Empress here. Yeah, you've leveled up. And I say as a reader that my experience in the whole tarot thing is that the Queen of Swords is the last one that we learn. It's like we learn about how to take action, how to take care of ourselves on the outside, be individuals, be independent, right? Queen of Swords. We learn about the depth of our love, our psychic energy, how to be compassionate, the Queen of Cups. And then we also learn the Queen of Pentacles, right? We start to learn about our finances and our stability in our pentacle world, and how not to let people in, how to build the moats and allow people in when we want to in a slow basis. I feel like the Queen of Swords is always the last one. It's always the last one that we learn, Sagittarius, which is standing up for ourselves, saying things that we want to say, and not worrying if people leave us to our own devices. So I want to say that you have this here, this pentacle is turned into this abundance here. We start with the Ace and we move straight to the Empress here. And I feel like it's been a lot of hard work for you. You could be Libra or Taurus, or you could have that in the chart, but you don't have to be. When the Queen's here, all the Queens are in the room, right? When the Empress is here, all the Queens are here. We do have the Four of Pentacles, and we have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. I think that the only reason that you learned how to become the Empress is because you went inward. And when the Queen of Pentacles is, you know, upright, facing the world, I feel like you are, you know, being very generous and giving everybody the things that you should have given yourself. And I feel like when the Queen of Pentacles is in the reverse here, that it feels like you kind of go inward. You decide if you're abundant enough, if you're going to keep this abundance for you, or if you're going to share it with other people. I feel like you become very introspective with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Tell me about justice, please. Tell me about justice, because I feel like you don't even have to, it's like you have a feeling of justice now. Your eyes are covered, but because you're the Empress, you no longer have to look for opportunities of truth. You no longer have to look for opportunities to feel balance, because the Empress is in balance all the time. As long as she's practicing nurturing all of the Queens, she's always going to stay in balance. Okay. I'll take the top card of each of these. We've got the Moon card. We've got the Page of Wands. There is some exciting news that's coming that you don't see that's going to give you some karmic release. It's going to give you some karmic balance, and you're going to be able to feel it. You're going to be able to feel whether this is a truthful connection or not. And then we have the Five of Cups. It might be somebody that you are missing, someone that you have regrets about, possibly someone that you didn't have any balance with before. The Moon energy is Pisces and Cancer. We have Libra here. We have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus and Libra, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Aquarius is here. So I feel like there is some sort of messenger coming with exciting news. It's impulsive. You're not expecting it, of course, with this person being impulsive and sending you the message. But I feel like even though you don't see it, it's like it's going to bring you out of this Five of Cups here. It feels like it is exciting and happy news that's going to take you out of the Five of Cups and put you into the Libra energy, which is balance without you even having to look at the situation. I think you immediately know once it brings you out of the Five of Cups that this is the situation for you, or the situation is about to gain clarity, balance, or truth. All right. Capricorn, we are looking at you now. Capricorn singles. Let's find out what's going on in this sneak peek for the weekend, my friends. I hope you're having a happy Friday. I hope you have some fun things planned for the weekend, Capricorn. Tell me about Capricorn singles, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Capricorn singles. Sneak peek for this weekend. Doesn't always have to be for this weekend, right? These are all predictions. So it could be this weekend, next weekend. It could be a year from now. Whenever you find this, it is going to be for the weekend. We do have the Hanged Man energy, which is Piscean energy. This is trying to get a different perspective on something. If you stay there too long, you will get stuck. It will feel like you are stuck, but I feel like you have a perception, but is now turning to perspective, which means you now don't see it from your side, you see it from another side, right? Perception is yours. Perspective is what's going on out there. When you start to observe without making judgments. We have the Six of Pentacles here. Feels like you're trying to figure out if someone is really giving you enough attention. The Six of Pentacles, you can see this person is giving more to one than the other, and it feels like you're trying to feel it out with your intuition. Is this person am I the person who is who's getting a piece of the apple or a whole half of the apple? Like, it feels like you're trying to figure out, is this person is this person giving me all that I'm worth? Are they giving me all of their time, or are they spending time with other people? It feels like you go into this energy of the Hanged Man to try and go from your own perception, which might be the Pentacle world, to a perspective of what the other person feels. Or you're trying to understand it from another side, or another perception, or perspective, I should say. So we do have the Four of Wands. It tells me that you are healing the mind, having a thought pattern, thinking about things. I want to say that you feel protected where you are right now in this. This might be why you go back there. This might be why you go back to the Hanged Man energy, because it feels safe. You feel guarded or protected here. We have the Page of Wands in the reverse. I'm going to say be careful. Take your time. The Page of Wands in the reverse is someone who is not being impulsive, someone who is not who's planning things, who's decided I'm just not going to jump in and then worry about things later. I want to build something that is really has a strong structure. I want to build a house. I want to build myself strong. This is also the Eight of Pentacles, is also self-mastery. I think you're taking your time. I don't think you're in a rush. And I feel like you want to go on some sort of new path, but you're willing to just take it slow, look over the details, hang out here in the Hanged Man energy for a bit, try and feel it out with your intuition. Maybe you're in a healing energy, but it does feel like you're trying to figure out if somebody is really in it for you. Like when they give you reciprocity to your face, but what are they doing when you're not in the room, right? You're wondering if they're giving more to other people. We do have the King of Pentacles in the reverse, which tells me you still don't have the answer. You're not really sure that things don't, it doesn't seem like this person really wants to settle down. They're not giving you any indication that they're dependable or solid or grounded, or they're not giving you any of those indications. I think that with the Eight of Pentacles, that you are really busy, focused on you, trying to put a roof over your head, working on the self, trying to get a solid structure, whether that solid structure is you or something outside of you. And I feel like that's what you're focused on right now, that you're focused on you. The King of Pentacles being in the reverse, it feels like I'm focused on me. I'm focused on what I'm doing in order to raise my own vibration, in order to get stable in the Pentacle world. It feels like you are very focused on you. Tell me more about the Hanged Man, please. Tell me more about the Hanged Man. Why are we hanging out here? What is the perspective we're looking for? Ah, okay, so you're realizing your worth. That's why you're questioning the Six of Pentacles. You're like, up close, it looks like this person's giving me reciprocity, but I know my worth. I know that I can, whatever is out there, I can bring it down to the earth. I know my worth. I have all the tools that I need. So you're thinking it over. Is this person giving me temporary reciprocity, or is this going to stick? It seems to be a burdensome thought. It's like, do I go on without them, or do I figure it out on my own? Do I allow myself to fall into this Six of Pentacles energy? you don't know which way to go, right? You know that you need to drop the burdens, but you know, all of these wands are piled up in front of this person's face, and one wand is about to fall out. I feel you're going to be inspired in a moment. When you finally drop these burdens or stop feeling burdened by the situation, I feel like this ace, which he's not holding on to, is going to fall, and you're going to be inspired. It's either probably going to fall and you're going to trip over it, or, you know, you're going to be inspired by it. So it does feel like you are being inspired to use the magician energy, because you know that whatever is out there can be yours if you decide to manifest it. So it does feel like you're wondering if this person have feelings for you, that you're being very compassionate, that you're being very kind, that you have all the tools. You know that you've been working on yourself, and you know the depth of love, but are they being shallow with you? You're not really sure. Seven of Swords and the Five of Pentacles tells me you're going to leave them on the outside looking in until you decide. It's your decision here. What should you do to get your balance, get your structure here? We have the Ace of Swords in the reverse. We have the Knight of Swords. And the Ten of Cups. Look, something great is going to happen here. I want to say there's no more sadness, no more confusion. I want to say that things are going to work out in the right way. Look, we have a rainbow here. And if you've had a tower recently or something that was going wrong, it's about to get better. It feels like there's some really good news coming in here. Somebody is about to crash into your life with some really good news. I feel the way that you are establishing your structure or your boundaries here is by just not paying attention to being impulsive, and also just not taking, you know, leaps of faith without looking first. I feel like you're being told to ignore the passion, and right now is a time for sturdy, stable, honest, kind of stable energy right now. I feel like you are going to be interrupted, and it's going to be for the best reason. That I feel like there is somebody who's going to be crashing into your life possibly this weekend, but I feel like you're not going to expect it because your eye's not on it, and you're working on your stability here. Capricorn, I feel like you are working on stability this weekend, and your gut is telling you that there is more out there to life than a relationship. I feel like you're trying to still work on getting your stability within your pentacle world. All right, Aquarius, this is for you. Let's talk about Aquarius, the single energy for Aquarius for this weekend, please. Energy for the single Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aquarius, please. Tell me about Aquarius. All right, so we got you in the Four of Cups here. Some redundant energy. Not really sure if you want to share this emotional energy you have or allow any of it in. I feel like the Four of Cups has its place, but you should probably pop a tent there and not build a house there. You know what I mean? Because it can get pretty redundant after a while. I feel like you went into the Four of Cups so you could listen to your intuition, gain some sort of stability, because fours are about stability. It feels like you needed to get some emotional stability. And in order to do that, it feels like you needed to have a different perspective, right? So the Hangman's been coming out a lot today. And I've been talking about perception versus perspective, right? So it feels like when you go into the Hanged Man, you have a perception, and the perception is yours. No one else has your perception. It's like you see things as you see them, and that's it. But once you get into the Hanged Man energy, you get into perspective. And the perspective is, oh, now I can see different things. Now I'm looking at it from the other side, from this side, from that side. It feels like you are trying to change your perspective of the emotional energy that you've been stuck in. Tell me more about Aquarius, please. We have the Queen of Swords. And once you decide, once you get what you need from being in the Hanged Man and the Four of Cups, I feel like the Queen of Swords is where we're at. I feel like you then stand up and say, look, I've got my own way of thinking. I know what I'm doing. I have perception and perspective. And if you would like to come forward and speak with me, you go ahead and do that. This person's inviting someone in. I will speak from my heart, but I will be very honest, truthful, transparent, not aggressive, but assertive, right? The Queen of Swords is somebody who has really found their voice, right? This is the divorcee. No one speaks for them anymore. They are on their own, doing their own thing, very individual, independent. And I'm ready to speak to you on very honest terms. And guess what? I've come out of this place where I've had a lot of time to think about my feelings, and I'm just going to be honest with you. I feel like you're just going to be honest with somebody here. There might be some incoming energy here. For some of you, it might be a new job, that you might get communication with after a long time of waiting with the Four of Cups, a long time of waiting, that maybe the Eight of Wands is telling me that there's incoming energy into this Eight of Pentacles. And it feels like there's incoming. I think I said that when I did some shorts yesterday, and one of the things that came up was the Eight of Wands, and I said, incoming. That's what it feels like. There's some incoming news for you that I think is going to change something for you. It's either going to change how much money you make, maybe it's a new job. It could have to do with a realization of, you know, after working on yourself, this is self-mastery, that the realization that comes in from the Hanged Man energy is that you can stand alone, you can stand up, and you're just going to be honest with people, and you don't care if they stay or if they go. That's up to them, but you are going to keep your integrity by being honest and truthful with yourself. We do have the moment of alchemy. I love it. We have balance, health, kindness. It is being very balanced. It's being very patient, though. Waiting for the moment of alchemy takes patience. And temperance here is about balance, being very sturdy and stable, and waiting for the universe to tell you it's time to move forward. I feel like the universe is bringing in this, whatever this exciting good news is that's going to move you forward here. I feel like the universe is involved in that. It is a moment of alchemy. Tell me about the Eight of Wands here. And it's like it pulls you right out of the Hanged Man energy. You are dropping some burdens, my friend. Something that had been burdening you. This communication is going to remove the burdens. It's going to allow you to drop them at your feet here. We do have judgment. Somebody has made a judgment about you. Somebody has decided something. They want you to end something so you can begin something with them. This decision here that you're making is going to change your life. So do it carefully. Virgo, Pisces energy. Look over the details. If you decide you want to resurrect or leave something behind and do something different, a big decision, use your Piscean energy, which is also in the judgment energy. We do have the Six of Pentacles. It tells me that someone is going to be willing to give you reciprocity. Now, they might not be giving you as much as they give all the other employees, but you have to start somewhere, right? That's what it feels like here. So it feels like you're going to have some sort of a negotiation about your worth. So for some of you, it does feel like it's either a business deal or a new job. But I feel like the new job would be the path for the Queen of Swords. So you're going to be a manager or middle management or someone who gives other people perspective, someone who teaches other people. You could be a teacher. Take it as it resonates here. So after a long time of waiting, I feel like what's coming in, whatever energy is coming in, whatever messages are coming in, it is the moment of alchemy. You will drop these burdens, and it does feel like someone is either making a judgment about you or you have to make a really big decision about what comes next. I feel like in this conversation, it makes you realize your worth, that you've really worked on yourself really hard here. The Magician is here. We have the Strength, and it feels like you need to hold back from making impulsive decisions. So make sure, as the Queen would, that you do react and not respond. Make sure that you look over all the details. Look at it from a head over heart perspective. You need to look at it factually, not in terms of your pentacle world, but factually. Is this going to work out for the long term? Because it could be a flash in the pan if you don't hold back, right? It could be something that would be impulsive and unstable. So be careful that you don't make impulsive decisions here. Make the decisions that the Magician would, and take things, yeah, you don't see this coming. Take things as they are, and alchemize them when they come in. If you need to change them, then change them. We have the Nine of Wands, and we have the Three of Swords. So I feel like you've been waiting, and it's been taking a long time, and you don't see this coming. It's been breaking your heart. I think that you think it's not your thing, that they're not going to pick you, but I feel like they see you as quite a leader, someone who is not scared to move forward and make decisions that they need to make whilst being inspired. They see that you are inspired to do something within the company, the relationship, whatever it is, that is something that they really like about you, that you're very honest, truthful, and solid. You look very solid to me. Pisces, happy birthday. Here we are for you, my friends, my single Pisces. Tell me what's coming up for single Pisces in this sneak peek for this weekend. Could be this weekend, could be next weekend, could be a year from now, but it is always a prediction. Tell me what's coming up for the single Pisces, please. We have, the Three of Pentacles. I like it. Starting with collaboration. Oh, interesting. Collaboration, cooperation. Somebody wants a partnership here. It's a Ten of Cups situation. Something that's going to make you very happy, but it also feels like somebody something is going to start slow with a little bit of sturdy friendship. You're going to meet someone, a friend of a friend. You feel like they're on your team, you're on their team. It feels like it's very honest, truthful, solid, dependable kind of energy. And we have the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. Look, it is going to, I think your gut's telling you this already, with the High Priestess, because some of you are very psychic. This is your energy, right, Pisces? It feels like something here is about to blow up bigger than you realize, because the Three of Pentacles, where we are starting, top of your mind, it feels like it goes to, that you're hoping it's going to go to the 10 Cups, but what you don't realize is what you're going to grow from here is the 10 Cups and the 10 Pentacles. It's going to be the apex of happiness. Probably after a hard time, there is a rainbow there, which tells me that you've got the rainbow, because it feels like the universe is telling you that it's your time. It's your time to shine, my friend. It's time for things to go right for you. It's time for you to be ultimately really happy. Now, this could be a partnership in love. It definitely could be for some of you. It doesn't have to be, though. This could be your happiness because of the partnership, and this grows quickly from the 3 to the 10. So this could be a business connection here. It doesn't necessarily have to be doing with love, right? Not all the time. But let's take a look at it, Pisces. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Page of Cups. Interesting. So it does feel like that there has been some disappointment here in the past, and that might be what the rainbow's about. That maybe you've been disappointed in love, and the rainbow is indicating that now you will have happiness after this disappointment. We do have the Page of Cups, which could be brand new love, but I think it's a brand new opportunity that does excite you, but also I feel it's something that shocks you. It feels like you didn't expect for it to show up. It's surprising or shocking that this partnership just sort of wanders up. Somebody might be watching you online. If you're someone who works online or in the neighborhood or wherever it is, you know, if you are someone who works at a Starbucks, and we have somebody, maybe someone who has a lot of influence or who is famous, that comes in and you serve them and you give them the excellent communication, kindness, and it feels like somebody is watching you do your craft. And so that could be online, but it also could be like maybe you're in a position somewhere where somebody walks in and can ask for your services. Maybe you're a potter or a painter or a musician, that I feel like you're being scouted for something. That's what it feels like here. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody has watched you build yourself from nothing. That you built yourself, like this is the person who builds it alone. You've not had anybody help you, my friend, and you've built it alone. And somebody here has been watching you build it, and now they're coming in to offer you something. They want to give you maybe a financial influx of money. They want to say, I want to invest in your company. Will you work with me? Can you be a speaker for me? I'll pay you a bunch of money to be a speaker for me, about your company, for my company. It does feel like somebody here sees your worth, and this is a kind, sweet message that is coming to you here. Tell me about the Page of Cups. It also could be that this starts something, starts something new. Look at that. There it is. It starts something new, because the Page of Cups is between you, which is the 9 and the 10. Somebody's bringing you one other pentacle, right? In order to get the 10 here, because they already see your worth. And so the Page of Cups is telling me that this person who's bringing the extra pentacle, or maybe all 10 pentacles, is someone who maybe has feelings for you, or someone who's sweet on you. This whole thing is going to cause a shift for you, Pisces. A very big shift. It's a realization about something here, that somebody does have some type of feelings for you, that this isn't just a 10 pentacle thing. It's not just money. It's not just the pentacle world. It's not just the 3D, but you've had a realization that somebody here might have feelings for you as they show up. It is the King of Pentacles, the one who wants to settle down, the one who knows their worth and therefore can see the worth in other people. Look, if you can't see your own worth, you cannot see the worth in other people. You could be passing up opportunities one after the other only for the fact that you don't see your own worth, but this person does. They see their own worth. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, we've got Scorpio energy here. This person has been arguing with themselves. It's been an internal fight, because they don't know if if you're collaborating with someone else. They don't know if there's competition. They have indecision about what should go on from here, but their first step is to move forward and speak with you. So I feel like you're going to get some sort of communication from somebody here who is very solid, sturdy, grounded, and dependable. They don't have to be a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn. But I do feel like they're bringing Scorpio, Mars energy here. And it feels like it's about to, some illusion about feelings is about to crash down to the ground here. Tell me why you've been disappointed or heartbroken here. You learned the truth about something. It feels like you you learned the truth about something and you decided to look at something factually. Like, I'm going to look at the details. I'm going to look at the truth, the honesty. I'm going to see things transparently. And I think that when you saw something for what it was, that may have been the disappointment. And that may be why you're on your own, single, doing your own thing and building your own empire, right? Maybe practicing world domination. We do have the King of Swords here next to the Five of Pentacles. I feel like once you see what is going on, it disappoints you or breaks your heart or hurts you, but you decide that you must gain clarity over the Three of Swords. You must look at it not heart over head, but head over heart. We do have the Five of Pentacles, and when that happens, you start making the cuts. You realize that you don't need anybody and you can do it yourself. We do have the Six of Pentacles. I feel like somebody was giving you reciprocity, and I feel like this person, once you became clear about the situation, it broke your heart. You realized that their intention was the Five Pentacles, or that they were living in poverty, or that you two were on different vibrations, that they were a person waiting for a handout and you're the person who's willing to do it all on your own. And so you realize that there was no vibrational match here, and that's the reason why they may have been breadcrumbing you. The reason why they weren't giving you as much as they were giving everybody else. And it could be in love, it could be in the pentacle world. Maybe that person is a single mother, single father. It's not always for a nefarious reason. It's not always because someone wants to hurt you, Pisces. It's because someone else also needs to live their own life. But I think you've decided to take on this challenge of being the King of Swords while you're in the Nine of Pentacles and saying, look, I'm making my own decisions here. I don't need you. I don't need anybody. I can do it on my own. Well, I think you're meeting someone who's in that same frame of mind. We have the Four of Swords, we have the King of Cups, and we have the Five of Cups. Look, this king here could be somebody that you haven't seen in a while. Somebody that you have decided to turn your back on because you were sad that it didn't work out. Now, we do have the Five of Cups. We also have the Five of Wands, and that tells me that things are about to change quickly between you and someone else. It could be the King of Cups, who is Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. I feel like you've healed your feelings for them, I want to say. That maybe in the healing that you've become far more emotionally available. You're someone who's a lot more sturdy in your emotions. And maybe you were dealing with things in Swords only because you didn't want to have to deal with it in Cups. I'm just going to say we've got three kings here, right? The only king that we're missing is the King of Wands. And it feels like when we got three kings, and four kings means that there's emperor energy around, and the only king that we're missing is the King of Wands. It feels like somebody wants to come toward you here, but they need to be inspired to do so, and they haven't found the inspiration yet. So I feel like you might be in regret, feeling like you're missing somebody, maybe missing the emperor, and I feel like you've healed that already, but I feel like there's a new beginning coming here. Look at that. While you're really busy in your day, it feels like while you're juggling things, you're very busy, practicing world domination, building yourself up, it feels like there is some sort of an opportunity that arrives. It may not be time, it may not be the right time, but I feel like it's heading towards you right now. It feels like I don't necessarily see the Wheel of Fortune as misfortune. I see it as sort of stuck energy, that we were stuck for a while, but now things are going to start moving because the Chariot is here. So by the time this person reaches you, the Wheel of Fortune may be in the upright, but the reason that this person hasn't reached out to you yet is because it's not time. It's not the time. You were supposed to build yourself up by yourself before this person came in and threw a tower at you. Just going to look at this tower here. Tell me about this tower. Yep, there was communication block between you. It feels like it was not the moment of alchemy the last time that you saw them. I think that you know this person because they're in your pentacle world. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Somebody's really worked hard on themselves to get themselves out of the Two of Swords. They knew or they intuitively knew that it wasn't the time back then. It feels like it's the time now. I want to say this person is being really very courageous, still fighting themselves, still wondering if somebody has already got your attention, but they are coming in and causing a tower. The tower is breaking down the Two of Swords. They no longer are stuck. They're no longer got you blocked, or maybe the block is going to lift this weekend, but we do have the Eight of Pentacles. Somebody's really been working on themselves and realizes they must wait for the moment of alchemy for things to move forward. We do have the Strength card here. Somebody has been holding back, but they realize that they don't want to settle for anything else. They know that they want you. Wisdom has told them so. Wisdom has also told them that you are the Nine of Cups, and so they are about to make some sort of really clear, concise communication with you. And it is coming possibly for some of you this weekend. They're going to be clear about their feelings. Oh my gosh, look at that. There he is. I knew I felt like the Emperor was in the room, right? There's the Emperor. So it looks like somebody this weekend possibly may feel inspired to move forward. This is Aries, and could be any of the kings, but it looks like somebody has some pretty big feelings for you. They have romantic and love feelings for you. All right, Pisces, I'm going to leave that there. Look up here for this link. I'm going to leave the last reading that I did for you, Pisces. I'll connect it to the end of this reading. And thank you for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you. For any of you who've made it up to here, made it this far, have a beautiful weekend. I'll be back because I'm always back. I'll be back with a few more readings yet this weekend. Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.